Unbelievable indeed. We have begun once again. Hello, welcome back to Rolex Play, where we roll dice and play games. That's us. We're here once again with a full house, all present and accounted for. We are Threads of Chaos, the Tuesday campaign, where we follow chaos and threads, and that's pretty much that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all we focus on here. We have kind of reached a point in the campaign where we are going to be going into some downtime. But before we reach that next step, the party still have to travel back to their main hub. So today's session is going to be a bit of kind of adventure, sort of retracing their steps as we kind of go backwards slightly. So, as a slight recap, all of the mess that's happened in Vessel has been dealt with, i.e. the city is burnt down and everyone there is dead, but at least there's no longer any loose ties that can come back to bite you. Right, guys? Right?
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you
No
say
reason
that?
whatsoever. No reason whatsoever. After having an amicable exchange with Maeve as well as Gil, the party have left Vessel on board their horse and cart, ready to travel back where they came, back to their ship that's located in Transvalar, and then sailing southward back to the Eberith Dynasty. So we're going to go through a day-by-day basis, and you guys are going to tell me what you get up to during those days. So with day one, you'll be traveling to the Whispering Woods on your cart. You do have Morgana with you, who is recovering. They do look like they may need some help with healing. So if anyone is on board with that, that would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, they'll be healing naturally, which is a slower process for them since they have gone through such a strain to their body.
Yeah, Alicia will be helping, like healing her and giving like physical therapy to get her moving again.
Okay. Could you just roll a medicine check at advantage, please?
Yes. Medicine check.
24, nice.
Nice.
It hasn't loaded here, and now it has. Very
Why
good.
is there 2 tokens? Wow.
I have no idea, don't ask. So, with a 24, you begin to help the process of Morgana in her current state. She is physically debilitated. You can see she's weak standing. She has a hard time. A lot of her body, although it's kind of been purified of this decaying curse that had afflicted both Olrin and Alicia for a while, she was under the effects much longer than you guys were. And it didn't look like she had maybe much time left in her, maybe a day or two. So the process has been prolonged, and even the wounds that she had sustained were still fairly substantial, those outside of what this curse was doing to her. But you help and heal the areas of her body, kind of around her neck, down her left arm, across her sternum. It all seems to be like a detonation has happened to her left-hand side. Part of her face as well is all kind of melted together in different elements. The skin has peeled away, and you're kind of like helping in the procedures there, but also any damage that she's sustained internally. She doesn't get into like a talking mode or feeling yet, as she's still kind of like trying to breathe properly. But you see that she appreciates the help nonetheless. If you could roll an insight check or investigation, up to you, to get a vibe from her as you're kind of helping her out.
Sure. 26.
26, okay. You see across her body as you're kind of like helping heal. What do you do? What sort of practice do you have when it comes to healing her wounds?
Well, he would make sure that they're clean every day too, so they don't get infected or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would try to use like healing magic essentially to at least regenerate or try to regenerate some parts that can be, close all the wounds as quickly as possible, so they don't have any more chances of getting infected. Then try to get her to move a little bit, just so she doesn't like, so her muscles don't atrophize and
Sure.
He wouldn't be asking her many questions, just like yes or no, like does this hurt? Does this hurt? How does this, or I guess he wouldn't say how does this feel because that's not a yes or no question, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, I got you. In going through this procedure, you can see that not just now, in fact, you see. Oh, did I?
You see that, and then nothing.
Okay, I'm just gonna like
Oh.
Hello, testing. Is
yeah,
that better?
There he is.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see if that's better. So you examine her body, and as you're healing her, there are certain parts of her that cannot be healed. You see those are scars that have been left there for a long time. She is around 30, 35. She's middle-aged, but you can see her scars are deep to the point where they have been there since she was pre-teen. You're seeing cuts, bruises, damage that's just been there since the very beginning, and she's kind of just grown around them. In a similar sense to you, in the fact that she's been kind of struggling with certain elements, and over time, she's just gotten used to using them and working around the hiccups she's kind of grown up with. As well, you would notice the kind of like, it's not necessarily a scar on her chest, but it's a similar pattern to what you've been kind of explained to before. This red spiral sort of design that's embedded into her skin. It's more like a tattoo, but it has a bit of a depth to it, as though like the skin has been carved out to create this sort of like pattern. The actual like scarring that's gone around to make this spiral, you see it looks like it's probably been made by some claw. It doesn't look like it's made with a scalpel or a tool. It looks quite jagged and kind of halfly made together. It's not clean cut. As well, you've seen or heard that this is kind of like almost like a power source or like a rune that has some sort of energy to it. On her, it seems innate. Nothing is kind of transpiring. Nothing is glowing, nothing at all. It's just a scar that's there across her body. And it goes kind of across the chest and towards the very sternum, the center of her body.
Is there any chances of me healing it, or is it also one of those that just stay?
I will say that it's one of those that stays. But with the check that you rolled before, this feels infernal in nature. Not demonic.
Oh, okay.
More devil.
Got it. All right. Well,
yeah.
He'll just focus on minimizing the pain if he can, and then getting her to move. Making sure she also doesn't do anything sus behind their backs.
Okay. You see they're very like passive, non-reactive, at least on day one. So you do not have any worries towards that.
Try to also like get her to drink water if she can.
Sure. Yeah. She'll oblige. You notice that she probably gets the fact that you are a trained practitioner of medicine. So they're kind of just going with the role and letting you do your thing. But yeah. Anyone else on this day one before you arrive at the... Is there anything else you guys wish to do on the journey?
Overall would kind of probably be flying around a bit, kind of trying to get like a feel for the kind of visual field. Just kind of focusing on kind of, again, trying to look inwards and kind of just feel energy around him, probably doing like kind of Tai Chi style shit again.
Okay.
Kind of trying to figure it out. Just kind of listening and like watching Alessio doing medicine as well. Just kind of, handing Alessio bandages or whatever. Being just an assistant, basically.
Okay, can you also roll an insight check?
Yes.
This will be 2. One for yourself as an inverted insight, but also one towards Morgana.
Lovely. Okay.
Introspection, let's go.
20 on the introspection.
Nice.
And then... Okay. Decent.
Okay, 20 and a 21. In looking into yourself and trying to unlock those inherent abilities that you're still trying to grow accustomed to, you start to piece together some more elements of your form. And you feel as though this is half of what you're capable of. There's something else inside that could be maybe tuned, but it takes some time. You think that further meditation, aka a long rest, you could try and harness this change inside of you. But yeah, I would say as well that sort of flying between the trees and elements of the, you find that your ability to become semi-corporeal can be used in a more strategic way. And I will send that to you now.
What the hell?
Max has been putting this is not me.
What does this mean?
I don't fucking know either, bro.
So that's now the full thing.
Whoa.
You received half of it last time.
Listen.
Now you have the full thing. As they read it to understand what it means, because my writing shit. Additionally, as you are sat there helping Alessio with maintaining Morgana's physical state, you, even though she's kind of like heavily damaged and you can clearly see her eyes are sinking into reality, she does pay attention to you. And she does see the scars that are across your body. And there is a recognition. And almost a feeling of, what the fuck are you doing here?
Bro doesn't know either.
What am I doing the fuck here?
Good fucking question, bro. I have no idea.
That's a crazy first thought to have after waking up from a coma. What the fuck is this bitch doing?
Fuck?
No, actually, that's a good first thought. I would also be like, the fuck?
Who the fuck are these medical doctors? Fuck? Where am I? Why is everything white? Yeah, you just kind of get that vibe from her. Like, she either knows you, or is just kind of like dumbfounded to see you here in the prime material plane. It's hard to get together without talking with her.
Lovely.
Yeah, you can see that day one, probably not a good idea to have a conversation since she is so ill. Okay. Is there anything you want to do with that info, bro?
They'd kind of just like bank it like a, maybe I should talk to this person later when they're not immediately like super dying. And then that evening I would try and like focus. They try to focus and see what happens. Would probably like maybe ask Alessio to like watch over them just in case that like they don't know kind of what's gonna happen. But would kind of curl up, still very much slightly like a kicked puppy, and go to sleep and just see what happens.
Okay. So that'll be later when you go to the Whispering Woods.
Yep.
How about Cal? What did you get up to on the way to the Whispering Woods?
Well, not driving the cart. Probably every now and again being like, come on, Oren, I swear, I'll be very careful this time, but quickly relenting when it's obvious that Oren is not letting him drive the cart. Okay, and he also would want to talk to Oberon real quick. So he's essentially, as inside the cart stuff is happening, he's like, probably walking alongside the cart if he can at the pace they're going, with Janet, keeping an eye on the surroundings, but also watching what's happening inside and just being like, why is everything weird? So yeah, just keeping an eye on everything. And if Oberon steps away from the cart, he would like to have a conversation.
Okay. We'll probably say at some point, sure. You find a moment for Oberon by themselves.
So, how are you settling in with all the weird stuff that's been happening and the, I don't know, terrorism we sort of did?
Well, you seem to be good people. You're helping her and killing demons, which are doing evil things. And
Yes.
I don't really have anything else to be doing, so I'm doing okay.
That's really great to hear. It's by the way, just out of pure curiosity, when you during the whole thing when we killed the demon, did you happen to pick anything up? Was there anything on the ground that you thought, "Ooh, that looks fun, let me grab that"? And then you took it?
Oberon would pull out the like ceremonial knife and like just kind of show Cal. Do you mean this?
I mean, that looks extremely interesting, but no, more like something, more like a book.
Oberon, like, puts hands in, like, the pockets he has, and, like, the things he owns at the minute consist of, Helen's sword that he was given as a weapon, the ceremonial dagger that he picked up and stabbed someone with off the ground, and the duplicitous comb which he's still carrying, which he seemingly has used to brush his own hair at some point in the meantime, because it's no longer quite so like completely over his face.
Okay, that's good.
We'll just kind of show them to you.
Yeah. Okay. No.
His like lanky long hands and lanky long
if you had
fingernails.
Oh, do you want? Would you like? No. You know what? When we're in Trussada, we can go to like a spa. They can do like your nails and your hair if you want. There's really nice stuff you can pay people to do for you. By the way, do you have money? Do you need money? I feel like we should like give you, I don't know, at least something, since we're dragging you along on this. Do you want money?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to a town, so I should buy more things, like some food
absolutely.
and maybe a bag, and
yeah. We can
maybe
cover
a longer
like your living
weapon?
expenses and stuff, but you should have money. And he is going to hand you a pouch, and let's say 100 gold pieces in there.
Okay. On my sheet, I currently have the money that Helen did have, but all of that went poof. So
Yeah, that's gone.
bye. Helen had almost like 500 gold.
Unless you
Bye-bye.
kept it in the bag of holding, but that was all kind of questionable what was in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we weren't really counting money weight, so I hadn't thought about it, to be honest. It probably was, but like, oh well.
Okay.
Well, now you have a
Lovely.
pouch with 100 gold pieces.
Cool.
That's something.
Here's a question. Oberon, do you have a bag of holding?
I mean, would he have Helen's one? Or would someone else have taken the one that Helen dubiously had? Because I remember we were trying to figure out if Helen had one or not
Well,
last session, and I can't
that would have
remember
meant
what
we
we
had
agreed
two
on.
as a group. Did we have two?
We could have.
Yeah,
Yes, we have
Helen
two
found
we have
one in the
two-
Howling Mountains.
Okay,
So-
okay.
Alicia has one bag of holding.
Oh, then we have three. Damn. Well,
I mean, I
Oren
know
definitely has
someone
one.
gave Vest to Oren.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Helen
It
gave
might
us.
have
Okay.
been Alicia giving.
And that's it.
I think we
Let's
have
go with
two.
that. Jesus
3 bags of holding.
I
okay.
don't have a bag of
You
holding.
could never have enough.
So the question
I
is...
didn't have one written down on Helen's sheet, so I don't think she did have one.
Okay, so
Or
Oberon
haven't
doesn't
been
have
active.
one, right?
No.
Okay.
He's
so
got
can I-
like all the clothes that he's kind of wearing that he stole from her house, and then the dagger, the sword, the leather armor kind of over top,
Uh-huh.
and then the duplicitous comb.
Okay. Can you roll sleight of hand or stealth check then?
Okay.
Do I get to actively perceive because I literally asked them? Or is this against my passive?
It's the same, so it doesn't really matter.
That does not beat my passive. if he's hiding it. What's happening?
Okay. Oberon, could you describe where you have the Tome of Chaos?
Oh, I swear to God.
You'd see like kind of where like the armor is kind of haphazardly tied like over the clothes that he's kind of just like assembled that don't really fit him. There's like a bit of a shape kind of like on the side where he's like got like the big sleeves and like the armor's kind of you think over it, but you can see that there's like a shape.
Oberon?
They just look at
Do
you.
you know what a book is? Just because I'm not sure you do. Because remember when I asked you like 3 seconds ago if you picked up a book? And you said no?
And we just kind of look at you, like thinking for a second, goes, yes, they had some at the house, just like reading, not scrolls, which are the long ones.
Yes, exactly. Now I'm gonna ask you again. Did you pick up a book?
Would kind of reach in and goes, this one doesn't have any words in it, so I don't think it's a
You
book? Because I think from books are like for reading or for research,
Yes.
but I think this
Precisely.
is like
Not
a
that one.
notebook because it was
No.
all just
No.
no words.
Not a notebook. Not a notebook. I can't give you a notebook. Well, I can't, but I think Oren has one. Doesn't matter. Can I have that instead?
Would hold it out to you.
Yeah, with like both hands on the two covers, keeping it closed. He's taking it like this. I just go, Oren.
What's up? What? Are we being attacked?
Cal, can you
Go.
roll a wisdom saving?
Why am I rolling a wisdom saving throw? I can roll a wisdom saving throw. I rolled a
Nice.
20.
Okay. You feel the influence of the book try and push you back, but your fear of what it can do is vastly greater than that. So you just grabbing it, pulling it away.
Yeah, it's just walking, like speed walking towards Oren, being like, Oren. Oren had the book.
It's wet. Give it here.
Yes.
And he immediately grabs it and shoves it into the bag of holding.
Okay. You instantly shove it into the bag of holding. It does not go into the bag of holding. You try and push it into an extra dimensional space. Does not go.
In there.
Oh god. Oh no. It had a lock, right? It had a lock.
Yes.
Can we relock that?
You try to open it. It's locked.
Oh, okay, good. So it's still locked. How did Oberon open it? Oberon, did you say it had empty pages? Oberon, would you me, please?
Oberon just walks over.
Oren is still trying to push the book into the bag of holding. Again, at this point, the bag of holding is lying on the ground. Top of it, and Oren jumps on top.
Oberon just kind of looking at Oberon and goes, "It doesn't have to. Does it have to go in the bag? The bag seems full already." The bag's usually like that. I don't think that's how that's meant to work. And just kind of looking confusedly at what
It's a
they're
bag of
doing.
holding. It can hold 1,000 of those.
Doesn't matter. Did you say that it had blank pages? Right, that means you must have opened it at some point, right?
It was the pages were blank. There was nothing in it. I assumed it was just maybe the lady who it looked kind of fancy. The lady who worked there had a lot of nice clothes. Maybe it was hers.
Right, inside check.
Sure.
Does he generally think this, or is he lying to us? 12. Ugh, 12.
Brooke, you can roll either one, and you tell me what the result is. Yeah, I see it. Honestly, telling the truth, it's possible, Cal, that after using the book, that perhaps it is innate, and perhaps the pages are blank and it's free to open. You've not seen that be the case because you've not really looked at it after it's been opened, for fear of causing more chaos. Understandably so. But they speak with intent, they speak true, and they seem just as confused about the situation.
Right, okay. So book no touch, book evil. Very evil. Yeah, remember how we told you that our friend died? Remember that? Like
Yes.
a minute before we met you?
Yes.
That's because of this book.
Oh.
Yeah, it kills
So you
people, so
shouldn't
no
read-
touchy.
So books are bad for you.
Yes. All of them.
Your comment
At
makes
least
Oren
he's
stop for a
questioning
second, trying to get,
all
get the book into the bag. Just looks at you disappointingly.
Disappointingly.
So yes, no more touching books. They're evil, especially not opening them. Especially when they look this fancy. That's never a good sign. How do we get rid of this? Well, we can't get rid of this because then someone else could find it and use it and die. What do we do? I mean, we could take it to Trostvalar and hand it over to the authorities. Even though I'm usually against that. But we could do it this time.
I think I'll hand it to the clergy of Moradin. We specialize in holding dangerous items.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. What do we do with it before we get there, though? Because, like, as soon as I touched it, it was like it wanted me to open it or something. I don't know. How do we stop that from happening?
I'll see that I make a solution. Maybe some better chains.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Yeah, and then Kel spends the rest of the day staring at the book, just keeping eye contact.
Okay.
What?
Can you roll a perception check?
In case the book moves, I mean, the book doesn't move.
This is mainly to make sure that your ADHD doesn't kick in and distracted.
Immediately
Roll
rolls
for
one.
mental illness, bro. What the fuck?
It's quite a boring, laborious task to just stare at a book for ages, especially when you know
Yeah.
they're evil. So it's kind of a question of how long does it take for Cal to. It's a book.
Not very long. Probably like he lasts maybe an hour, and then like a pretty bird flies by, and he's like, "Ooh, that's pretty." Whoops.
Can I
Yeah.
mention that Oren is also trying to watch over the book? Specifically because he's the one holding it.
Yeah. If you want to roll because you have it in your hand, I won't ask you a perception check, but instead you can roll a religion or arcana. Up to you.
I'm absolutely sure that I can't roll a perception check because that's way better.
It'll be a different answer, by the way. You can roll it. And actually, don't bother because rolling in that one doesn't do anything now. So
Oh,
I've lost my little game.
The death draws near now.
yeah. I'm very happy I got out of the entire thing without getting the debuff even once.
I know. Only one I had. I had only one against Alicio. I never used it because I was waiting. I was still
No,
holding
you
on.
used it.
Did I?
used it.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, you
I
had
forgot.
to.
did,
You
bless
used
it.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Can I delete the death draws near feature?
Yeah. You can get rid of that now. It's
Thank
gone.
God, thank
Yeah.
God. Get out of here.
So
I thought it was a
religion
point.
check, right?
Religion or arcana, yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask Moradin for guidance.
16.
Nice.
The tome itself is still a question mark in your head. It clearly belongs to a sinister entity that only wishes to cause chaos in a world of law and order. You've seen firsthand what it can do. You've felt the repercussions of what can be done. It is certainly a dangerous item. But as you've kind of seen on the journey that you've been on so far, Moradin represents law. He represents a sort of a fatherly creation. But not all tenets are very to the point. Some are looser. Some are a bit more open to interpretation to allow a bit of chaos to spread. Artistic inspiration does not come from a collaboration, a building block of epiphanies spiraling into something that comes out new. Chaos isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you need it to have the other side. This item in particular could be used to great effect. It is powerful. It has shown to be a capable weapon. If that chaos can be manipulated, if that could be funneled into a more streamlined answer, just food for thought whilst you still have it in your hands, since your mind kind of thinks in these ways. But the crux of it all, whoever created this is probably still out there, and is probably still controlling it to some degree, and still has some influence over it, just as many items do. For the power to be gone altogether, perhaps the point of origin needs to go altogether, because this book, from what you can see, looks to be impervious. Could not go into a bag of holding. It cannot be chained to another plane. It is stuck here, seemingly indefinitely. But yeah, is there anything else that Olrin wants to do, since we're now moving on to Olrin during this day one?
See, I was going to talk to Oberon, but I feel like I have more pressing matters, so I will try to makeshift some chains or other means to like secure the book. A,
Okay.
to myself, so it doesn't magically vanish,
Like a baby harness.
and B, so a sudden episode of fake controlled ADHD doesn't cause Kel to open it.
True, very true. A subtle worry that you've had many a time, especially when you had known Cal when he was much younger and probably a little untoward, a little chaotic himself. So you are sure to bind it to you. You don't need to roll for this. You have the equipment at hand. You tie it to you. Do you keep it in a discreet space, or do you still have it like on display? Are you hiding
I
it?
literally chain it to my body.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, it's now a part of your armor. I'm imagining like a little pocket square just on the side.
Yeah,
Pokes
kinda.
out, little book. Okay. Also, if you could roll a wisdom saving.
Right.
Don't roll that one. Don't do it.
Don't say that. No, he's gonna roll it.
Yeah, but imagine he does.
18? Okay. All right. You feel that pressure that Cal had felt, that he kind of like exclaimed at some point when handing you the book. You feel it's there. And it's certainly a potent feeling. Now, this sort of pressure that you feel is reminiscent to items of power, places of holy importance. It is a similar resonance to that. But this is on a wavelength that is completely different from those experiences. This is something beyond, alien to some degree. But with your previous religion check, definitely Fae. Although it seems to be stemming from another source, another space altogether. But yeah, chaos and Fae in the weeds.
Can I use my channel divinity to enchant the chains to keep Fae in?
Sure you can.
Amazing.
You cause the chains to just kind of tighten slightly. Yeah, good idea. Is there anything else you wanted to do after that before you reach the Whispering Woods?
Yeah. After having spent probably a couple hours making quadruply sure that the book is secure and curl-proof, Oren would get back to his original plan of talking to Oberon.
All right. So I will say, just as you guys are beginning to whispering, this conversation kind of starts going on. So Oren, you approach Oberon. Oberon, you see Oren with the book slapped on his chest, covered in chains that are glowing with a slight divine energy.
Books are evil. This guy seems like a good guy. Like this seems to check out. Like this logic now makes sense.
Makes sense. The good guy is wearing a bad book.
I kind of imagine that Oberon is going to have an identity crisis when we enter a library.
Oh my god. Please don't.
This is the most vile place imaginable. And you say there's a librarian? What kind of nonsensical monster?
It was just this nice old lady. Oh, hello. Welcome. Okay.
Oberon
Well,
versus
you're both there.
librarian number 3.
Oberon, if I may have a word with you. Frankly, I'd like to get to know you. We will be traveling for quite a while, so...
Oberon would just kind of nod and go, okay. just told me books are evil.
Most are
That
not.
seems really. And you can tell he's like looking at you, looking at the book strapped to your chest in like a bunch of chains. And like you can see in his brain, he's like trying to like decide which one of you is correct on this matter. And from how he's looking at the book, it's looking like he thinks Cal is right on this one.
Kind of contradicting myself here. But book aside, I'll see it dealt with.
Okay.
However,
Somewhere safe? Because it doesn't seem to like the bag.
yes, somewhere safe. In Trasvilar, there's a temple of Moradin, where I myself joined the ranks of his clergy. They specialize in storing such potentially dangerous artifacts. Or other things, really.
They sound interesting.
They are. I'd introduce you if you are interested.
That sounds great. I feel like meeting more people would be good.
It is. Oh, you've mentioned before that you know little about yourself. If
Yes,
there's something you're willing to share, then feel free. Otherwise, I was going to suggest that I and Kel will likely volunteer. We are going to help you find some things out, perhaps likes and dislikes. Kel is quite an expert at introducing you to new things.
Kyle seems
was
like a
going
nice
to-
person.
Yes, if a bit chaotic and cluttered. However, Cal is going to take me to dye my hair. I promised him, after all. So I wanted to ask you
Cal
if you
mentioned
wanted to...
something about getting your nails done.
Oh.
I already have those, so I don't know why they'd need doing. But maybe I'm not understanding something. It just kind of looks at you and they're like, what does that mean kind of way?
It's a figure of speech. It means, rather than making them from scratch, Cal refers to maintenance. Trimming them a bit so they don't grow too long, such things.
You'd see, Oberon's very much got like the claws going at the minute. Just, okay, that's if you're gonna go kill your hair, and I will get my nails made, and it will be great.
No, dying is... It has another meaning. It's written differently, though I understand the confusion. The one I mean is not killing, it's recoloring.
Mm. You can see like the neurons connecting in his brain as you're talking to them. It's just like he's beginning to like get it a little bit more. He's putting two and two together.
Oh, I bet we can get you a dictionary.
And you can see like he nods. He's like,
It's a book. No.
It's a bad book.
it's a book with words. Cal warned
Oren
me about these.
strategically chooses not to mention that it is a book.
He's a
Lovely.
Rosetta Stone instead, just a big old tablet. Different book.
But
Okay.
I'm just gonna magically enchant a stone tablet.
Oh no, they're gonna be an iPad kid.
Oh no, we have to make our own version of Candy Crush now. Oh no.
Yeah.
Get them Angry Birds.
Now the real question is iOS or Android.
Oh.
Android.
Linux.
Android. Not Linux. Shut up, man.
Okay. Well, with that conversation, you guys begin to head into the Whispering Woods. The sun is beginning to set, so to find shelter sooner rather than later would be ideal. Would you guys like to find camp outside the woods, in the woods, try and make it to the first encampment? What's the plan? Just go outside?
Woods.
Oh, in the-
Forest.
in the woods. That's one vote by Cal. Everyone else?
What do we know about the Whispering Woods? Are they generally safe?
Yeah, they're fairly safe. They
Yeah,
have a
I've
history
through
of
them
being
once before, right?
slightly
Theoretically.
untoward. The whole name of Whispering Woods is very ominous.
Yes.
Yeah, ominous. Yeah. It has a lot of the tales, a lot of the kind of like fairy tales, stories of just kind of like nasty creatures hidden in the trees. They all stem from the Whispering Woods, but it seems very opposite to that. You're walking around and it's fairly fresh. The kind of creatures that live here, the monstrosities as well as the beasts, they're kind of like blend together in some instances, all inhabit fairly well. And there's no real kind of outlier to danger here. So it's up to you. They're fairly safe.
It's just for the forest then too.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then, as a majority group, you head into the forest and find a small encampment for the evening. Now that it is the evening, is there anything that you wish to do? You see that Morgana's a bit more kind of available to speak. And as you kind of prepare a fire for the evening, you see she's kind of sat by it. And you can hear her voice is kind of starting. So if there is any conversations you wish to have with her, she's probably open to some element of discussion. Cal is going to
Cal is
avoid her like
avoiding
the
her.
plague.
Yes.
It's just
Exactly.
not gonna talk, but he's just gonna hand her like a herbal tea to help with the sore throat. That's
Mhm.
it.
She kind of cups it in her hand, drinks it, and in a whispered sort of hushed tone, thank you. I appreciate it.
He nods. I believe Oberon wanted to talk. Question mark.
Yeah, Oberon would kind of go over and sit next to her if we have some time before, like, we have to go to bed.
Mhm.
And would just kind of sit down next to her. It's probably like twice her size plus the wings.
Yeah.
And just kind of he looks very gargoyle-y, but he's like trying to peer down, so he's like at her like eye level. But would just kind of ask her like, you do you know me? You kind of looked at me like maybe you knew me. And just kind of blinks at her.
She looks down at her cup, gives it a sip, looks back to you. Yes, of course I know you, but you don't seem to know yourself. What happened to you?
Oberon would kind of just I guess like we're sitting down, so we probably would like just kind of take off the leather armor and just kind of pull down the like clothes he's had kind of assembled to where just a massive like gash in his chest from being stabbed is. I'm not really sure. It wasn't nice, though.
It looks like they repurposed your mark. And she takes another sip. You really don't know who you are, do you?
Would just kind of look at her and goes, I would like to know.
Well, you're probably one of the most famous people in the Nine Hells. Not for good, though.
Oh, maybe I should. It would kind of turn to Alicia and goes, maybe I should know.
Alicia is not
More
here.
than-
He left you
Okay.
to the
You
dog.
bounced.
Okay. Would kind of just like look around and just be like, and just turn to her upon realizing like no one is immediately there, and just go, it's maybe more important that I know then. If it wasn't for good, maybe people are hunting me or something. I mean, they're hunting demons because they did bad things, so...
I doubt that they're going to be hunting you at all. You are pretty much the antithesis of, well, being hunted. You are the hunter. General Grimm is your name, and you serve the same servant as, well, we follow the same service. We'll say that. Archking Zervok, ruler of the Nine Hells. Does
Can
Nessus
you
ring a
write that
bell?
down for me? Can you write both of those words down for me?
Sure, I can. I'll write them in.
Does he know that?
You can roll a history check if you want to see if you have heard the name before. 24. You've heard stories of the different elements of the Nine Hells and the planes that kind of surround them. There is 9 layers of hell, and there are archkings, archdevils, rulers of each one. The lower you go, the harsher the environment. Thus, the more potent the archdevil or king is. However, there is only one archking, and that is the person who resides at the very bottom of Nine Hells, in the layer known as Nessus. It is devoid of anything. It is the final layer. That is considered by many. With a 24, with the concepts that you know and the stories that you've heard, you would know that his ruling is feared, but the devils in the Nine Hells all try to backstab on each other. They are a almost allegory of themselves. They are sinners, they will sin, they cannot be trusted, they backstab each other, they will try to do anything they can to be better than the next person. So even though the Archking is kind of the strongest entity in the Nine Hells, they are the one devoid of any ally. There is no one in their court. The space that they reside is a desolate wasteland that only the bodies of those who have fallen from the top layers land, and that's it. There's nothing else there. It is just a wasteland of death, pretty much. And he is the only one who resides there. Now, he has his own army. Supposedly, you are a general. But even in the stories, they are far and few between. It is only really him that resides on. And he doesn't really do much outside of stay there, really. He doesn't get involved with the other layers. He just sticks to the 9th layer and doesn't go any higher. So that's why some of the other devils are getting unruly, because there is no real order there. I'd say that. So that's pretty much what you get, without doing any further research.
You, like, if anyone's watching, you see him just kind of like pause and just like kind of think. Gets very much like I am 13 and this is deep, like Windows loading screen, like trying to like rack his brain, and goes, so how, if I'm meant to be there and I'm here and I don't know why would I be here? That seems confusing.
She gestures to the mark on the desk. I don't think you had a choice coming here, honestly. I think you're brought here. Whatever forces have clearly gained an interest in the marking added onto it, and also, well, brought you as their experiment. And that probably makes sense to why you are none the wiser of it. Either you have lost an element of yourself, or something else, perhaps. Do you not know anything?
I seem to know some things, but I don't know. Kind of just. I mean, I didn't know I was a general. I didn't know my name was Grim. I guess I chose a new name. So I don't know anything of myself. But I seem to remember some things.
Well, perhaps this is a stroke of luck for you then. The deeds that you had carried out as Grim were probably, as the name entails, grim. You probably don't want to remember any of it. And perhaps this fresh start is a good thing for you. I know I saw many ruthless acts, and I would like those flushed away from me. But they make us who we are. Interesting that you do not know anything. But what happened then? Why were you experimented on? I have my theories, but...
I mean, did he overhear anything? Because he was kind of in and out of consciousness when he was tied up. So, like, was there anything that he, like, overheard? He got, like, glances of, like, this is done, this is, like, useless, oh, it hasn't worked, blah, blah, blah. But he never really got anything concrete, right?
That's right, correct. It was all fairly vague. You can roll another history check to... Any other details? 16.
They didn't seem happy with whatever they were doing. I don't know if it was working how they seemed to want it to, but I don't know what they were doing. It would kind of start taking more of his, like, kind of clothes and stuff that he has on, off, that should show, like, the whole...
The spiral?
Yeah, that's kind of on his chest and then out, like, on his back, almost onto the wing as well.
She kind of looks at all of it. Do you know what the spiral represents? It is the descent down the 9 hells. And she kind of starts at the edge of your hand where it begins. And she just kind of wraps it around. The further down the spiral you go, further down the 9 hells you will fall. It is a cascading ladder of events filled with tragedy. And then she kind of reaches the center where it kind of all meets. These runes I've seen a handful of times before, and I've heard of disappearances of devils being taken away from their home. It sounds like you're dealing with the void. A bunch of demons. And many try and, well, align with devils, but couldn't be further from the truth. The devils despise the demons. They are their antithesis. They are the creator who had made them, who gave them such a horrific life in the first place. And that's what, well, the Archking is doing. Stopping it from descending into madness.
She also has like a spiral, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'd kind of just like look at her and kind of trace hers, and hers doesn't have any runes on it,
No.
seemingly.
No runes. Not like yours.
Okay. So the spiral is the descent in hell, or the descent to hell, but I'm a devil. You're a person? Why do you have one?
Quite a long, tragic story, mind you. Well, my uncle, all starts with him, really. Lord Adiern of Lowestoft, a ruthless man. When I was 5, he killed my father. When I was 12, he sold Maeve and I to an archdevil of the 9 hells, Archking Zervik. All for his lusts of power and control. He was already a powerful man, but now he sees himself as a god. For the amount of power he has amassed, he controls all of the region of Lowestoft. It only took sacrificing his family to get there. But my servitude, my place, was not mine to choose. Nor was that of my sister, but she seemed to revel in it more than I did. The Archking's council is numbered. He does not have many in his court. It is a small and very ruthless experiment, really. The Archking does not trust many, and with as the years have passed, he has trusted more and more and more little as time went on. He was also less forgiving, and well, with allies waning and only the spots left by his side, there was a clear decision that was made. And Maeve, well, decided to try it. At any cost, at any means necessary. Am I surprised what she did? No. She was aspired to be my uncle. But as we stood by the Archking and watched my uncle work, we were a part of many tragedies. With not much else to do about it, but watch and learn. So my position in the 9 hells was an observer, for the most part. Counsel. And a way for a bridging between the prior material plane and the Nine Hells. Not a hospitable place. Not one I wish to return to at all. And thankfully it seems that that connection is severed. I do not have to deal with the servitude of bending the knee to a devil or king. And I assume, nor you, since you are not Grim. You are someone else. Oberon, as you put it.
So, your sister and you were there in the Hells. That seems... I don't know much, but how... Hell is not... Well, the Hell's not nice, or... You're kind of looking at her in the, like, a, should you be alive right now kind of expression. Like a...
The Nine Hells are just like anywhere on the prime material plane. You just find deserts that are perhaps unruly for some, but somehow life still thrives. You find barren wastelands that are frigid and cold, yet life still stems from somewhere. There's always a way to live, but not thrive. There's nothing polished about it. There's nothing courtly about it, no matter if he calls himself king. He's still a brute. And he watches all over. But some layers in the Nine Hells are perhaps more inclined to what you'd see in cities, towns, forests. It's not all the same. Just Nessus is the worst.
Oberon would kind of put a hand on her shoulder. He's not sure why or for. He's just kind of like feels like he should. Kind of in a, we seemingly were both there and now we're here, so maybe it'll be better. Kind of just. When you're coming with us, so you'll be safe. This Hazar, if you're going to be with him, seems like he has protected these people, even though the quest seems very dangerous, but for a good cause, so he's a good person then, or at least not terrible.
Well, I have no place in the prime material plane anyway. I have no home, I have nowhere to go. The only place that I had, well, she's gone now. But I can find something else to, at least, keep fighting for. But I feel like I just need to recover for now, and understand where I am in all of this. This Aiden Hassar, I've heard about him. I've heard knowledge and speak. You've mentioned his name a few times. Although I may have been asleep or in a state of rest, I still heard the odd conversation here or there. Are you sure that they're to be trusted?
Well, I'm not really sure of anything, but and he'd kind of just pause for a second and then would would kind of reach out to her mentally,
Mhm.
and I'll send you what he says, but that would be the last thing he kind of says to her.
Sure.
What? Secrets? I just want to know secrets. No. You can just say it out loud. We pretend we didn't hear anything.
So secretive.
Okay. Well, whilst that conversation happens, what are the rest of you doing as the evening begins to take place? You have a few hours until you need to rest. Up to you. You just skip to the long rest if you want to.
Cal's gonna hunt a nice fresh dinner. And Arne is starting activities?
I got jump
I
scared.
accidentally clicked on it.
There we go. It's fixed.
Cal is gonna hunt us a nice dinner.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
Okay. This is my best roll, so 17. Nice.
Can you roll a stealth check as well?
No.
You don't have to. You can get caught instead.
No, I got this. 21.
Okay. Going to do a couple of rolls. Okay.
What? What? What are you rolling for? Bro, what?
You
For the guy
head
who
out into the
following us?
woods. You find a creature that has already been snared. Do you wish to take that one, or do you wish to find
No!
something else of your own?
If someone else, well, does it look like it was snared by hunters from the region, or what do you mean when you say it looks like it was already snared?
So a deer has been caught, and their leg is out. They're still alive. They're still wriggling out of it, but it is clearly placed by some hunter who knows what they're doing. So you can very well assume that it's those of the region here.
Okay. No, he's gonna leave that one be. That one's someone else's. He's gonna hunt another one.
Okay. As you kind of like sneak away to it, you can hear the footsteps of these hunters walk up to the catch that they've had, and you can just hear them kind of over talking. They don't have hushed tones. They seem fairly confident in themselves. They look like the general hunters that are here in the forest, and you just hear them over speak, and kind of one of them just hushes them. Hey! Make sure to lower your fucking tone, your voice. You know, you never know. There's that fucking dragon still out somewhere. It's been spotted in different areas. We need to be careful, right? Dragon? What do you mean dragon? There is no dragon. You're speaking lies. You're speaking in tongues. That is myth. That is myth. No, I swear. They're telling us there's this blood-sucking vampire dragon somewhere. We need to be careful. Keep an eye out. Yes, sure. A vampire dragon, yes. And my mother is a air balloon. Yes, correct. They kind of undo the snare and then take their catch. You find another one later into the evening and haul its ass back to camp. Unseen, unnoticed.
Nice. She's just a Janet. Okay, you have to be more careful. What do you mean you were seen in multiple places? I only know of one. Where else have you been?
She kind of like looks to you. Roll an insight check.
I feel like it has an shit-eating grin on its face right now.
It just licks its eye.
Ah, you know what you did, you little shit. Okay, let's just... yes, you can also have some of that. Just not all of it.
It bites the bottom half, leaving only the top half left. The blood pouring out everywhere. But then it gets instantly sucked up.
Okay, good. Now I'm gonna have to hunt another one. And Cal throws her the rest too and just goes for another one. Jesus Christ.
Okay. You find a second. You bring it back to camp. The meal is being prepared for all of you. Whilst it's happening for Cal as well, nature check. always in the
Oh.
forest.
Wait, if I roll it at 1 now, do I get lost?
Imagine.
15.
15.
Okay. In the forest, you come across a tree. You are now dragging back your latest catch, and as you turn the corner, you see a hand reaching out past the tree. It's kind of just holding itself there, and you kind of like hesitate for a second. What do you do?
I high-five it. That was my
high-five
first
it.
instinct. I have to go with my first instinct, yes.
You walk up, high
Did
five.
she pauses for a second? And then, okay.
You hit wood, and it's like just like thuds. You kind of like take a look back, and you can see what looks like a beautiful carving of a female woman, elven ears, in the tree. You see she's just kind of melded into the tree. You can roll an investigation check or another nature check if That's a very good
8.
carving.
Yeah.
it's very realistic. Her eyes
God,
look
this goes-
real. They're like
Damn.
almost glazed
Very
in the
nice.
reflection, like they've been varnished. She is just kind of like there, shocked expression across her face. You see there is a faint line across her neck at the very bottom, and you're probably thinking they forgot jewelry there or something, a necklace, most likely. Definitely not seeing the fact that it looks like their neck was slit. But yeah,
Oh, that is impressive. I should show this to Oren. I probably doesn't. And then he's just gonna go back to
Janet starts biting the arm.
No, Janet, that's a tree. I thought very well established that you were not a vegetarian.
Kind of looks at, does like a triple take. Looks at you, shakes its head.
What do you mean? Is that? Of course it's a tree. Come on, let's go back. No, this one. I'm not taking a bite of.
You
No biting.
you just hear, it's not a tree.
Huh? From Janet or from something?
You look around, confused. Roll a perception check.
His immediate first reaction is immediately looking to Janet, and then when it registers that it was not her, he's like, oh,
It came from Janet.
thank God. Oh! And he immediately is like, oh my God, and like squishing her cheek. I don't know. Immediately going, you just talked. Is that a thing now? Can you wait, okay, maybe I misheard. And he takes a step back. Can you do that again?
Not a tree.
Yes, indeed, not a tree. Well, yeah, it was carving in a tree. Oh my God, you don't.
Feed me.
Yes, you just had an entire deer.
More.
How about if we, on the way back, because we still have to make our way back to camp, any squirrels we come across, I can shoot them down for you, so you don't even have to climb up and get them yourself?
Just shrugs.
Okay. Pet.
You pet the dragon. Back at camp, Alicia, is there anything that you get up to before the evening comes to an end?
Unless Morgana asks for anything or anybody else, he's mostly keeping to himself. If we've set up tents, he's in his own, arranging his things, making sure everything is clean, noting down anything he might have about Morgana, like her progress, etc., etc.
As you're kind of in your tent, writing away, you feel the presence of Nebula just kind of wrap around and look over your shoulder and stare into your notes.
It kind of gets spooked a little bit, but then realizing it's her, just back to neutral expression.
She doesn't have her hat on at the moment, it's currently in her hand. And she just kind of like places it on your head, just kind of like pats you slightly.
Thank you. Bit hard to read with this, but thank you.
But it looks so nice on you.
Does it?
Darling, everything looks nice on you.
No, you're just trying to make me feel better.
No, I mean it.
Well, thank you, but I think it looks better on you. And he politely
True.
gives it back.
She kind of like leans back. Very true. So, how comes you're so down in the dumps? What's going on? You've been quite mellow, sad.
People died.
She shrugs.
He kind of looks at her with a serious deadpan expression.
Darling, you killed a demon. That is a feat that is not done very easily. You should be proud of yourself.
I didn't really do much.
She kind of shakes her head. That's not the attitude you should have.
And so many people got hurt. And I should have done better to protect them. Should have been better.
I know, it's hard. You can't be everywhere and do everything. You're mortal. You're not like me. Not yet, at least.
I will choose to not question that for now. I've actually wanted to speak to you about something.
I know. I didn't know when was the right time to speak. I still don't know if I'm truly allowed to show myself to the rest.
You're allowed to whenever, if it's up to me.
I don't really want to. I was trying to use that as an excuse.
Oh, okay, well. Whatever it is you wish.
The Moradin one scares me. Perhaps the correct term would be disgust.
All right. So, well, that was actually what I wanted to talk about.
Oh. You want to speak about divinity again? Really?
Well, people recognize your name, actually.
Well, of course, darling. She shrugs.
It's just kind of like, come on, man, give me a break. Well, they also spoke about you having a sister, I think.
Sister? No sister. No. I had a wife at one point. But well, not done too well.
And by didn't end well, you mean
Well,
exactly?
how do you think I ended up here?
Here, as in this plane of existence, this world, a deck of cards.
She sighs. The sigh goes on. How much time do we have? Do I have to go into all of the details?
No, nothing. Obviously, nothing you don't want to talk about if it's too private.
No, it's
I was just-
fine.
Curious as to why you dislike all of them, other than the whole stuck in their own ways thing. It seems
Stuck
to
in
be
their
that
own
more-
ways. They are heathens. They give power when they are the absolute power. They give tenants to people, which is kind of a bit of a no-no for me. I don't know about tenants. So traits and things that I like to see, perhaps that's a good thing, but I'm not going to be like judge, jury, executioner over there.
Oh, you did
Moradin.
ban me from ever having a bob again, so
Well, can you blame me?
no.
I think
it was
that
horrible.
was a rational choice.
Yeah.
That would have done terrible things to your dating life, and I did you a favor there.
At least it's like my dating life, question mark. Well, about this wife then, and all right, we don't have to talk about it, but
No,
The
we
other
can,
thing
we
I wanted-
can. She's not here anyway. I doubt she can hear me because we're quite far away. So it should be all right. Where do I begin? All right. Well, you know how you have your gods, right? Gods. Well, I am that, but better. Much better.
Mhm.
I am what is known as a herald. If that makes any sense to you. In the grand scheme of things, I'm still the same as them, but I just can do a bit more in general.
Hmm.
But I wasn't the only herald. There was a few others. There was this big bang. This was very loud. I did not like it. It frightened me. And in fact, it woke me up. And, well, all of us heralds were just flew out of it. And then we started to, you know, make things, make babies, you know, do the old turkey and a...
Right, you don't have to go into it.
Okay, okay. Well, there's more than just me, and, well, sometimes when you are all-powerful, like me, you kind of start thinking that perhaps there's something more out there. And, well, there was a very fetching lady who was quite beautiful and rare. They would call the goddess of stars, goddess of comets and wishes. And, well, her name is Celestia, okay? And I had a bit of a fling, we'll say. It lasted for quite a while. We got married, at least our version of. And, well, we had a nice time together, but sadly, all good things must come to an end. Even though it seems in your world they seem much quicker than others. So we just, you know, distanced ourselves. Just didn't
Why
really
did
work out.
But was there anything that happened, or did you just drift apart?
Well, it's kind of impossible to drift apart. I'm the cosmos, I am the nebula, basically inside. So it's kind of hard to like drift apart from there.
You cut off a lot, by the way, back.
Oh, great. But yes, she's pretty much, you know, she is the stars. I am the nebula. I wrap around her. She's inside of me. So it's pretty hard to drift apart in that sense.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But we did. And it was quite an ugly affair, I'll be honest.
Is she the reason you were in the cards?
Oh, no. That's a different reason altogether. That's completely separate.
Mm.
There was this whole thing with people fighting back the herald. Well, I got involved and they kind of, you know, didn't like me. I don't know why. But I was quite unpopular with them. And,
People?
well,
As in mortals, or?
kind of. A mixture. Different planets. They came together, did not like us, and, well, yeah. Here I am. I don't know what happened to the rest. We're not there anymore, so I can't really see or say anything. I'm pretty much, with you. And that's it.
And the Everlight.
Oh, I never heard of them before, but I hate them.
I noticed when we saw that star inside the ship.
Yes, the star. One of Celestia's children.
Are they trapping them? Is there any way we can put them back?
She shrugs. I don't know. I'm pretty much on a sabbatical until I get powerful. So I'm just playing the cards that are dealt to me.
Will you go back then once you gain back your power?
It depends how I get there. I'm quite far away from home, so I don't even know how to get out of this little that we're in. It's kind of like a sphere, and there's something out there that's a bit I don't like it. It does not work with my brain. So I try not to go past that. So I'm relying on you, really.
No pressure. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, all the pressure in the world, but take your time. Take your time. I'm immortal. You're not.
Thanks for the reminder. I was quite reminded of it yesterday too, so.
Yes. Would you like a drink to calm yourself?
I don't think that's a good idea.
What about one without alcohol?
All right.
What would you like?
Whatever
Something
you
fruity?
recommend. Haha. Sure.
That was not meant to be a joke, but okay, something colorful and gay then. And she starts like combining colors together.
Oh no!
The fruitiest drink imaginable.
Divorced
It's just
wine
a
aunt
rainbow.
versus like gay ass nephew.
Elder gay versus kid gay.
She hands you a rainbow drink. There you are.
He sniffs it first just to make sure it doesn't have alcohol for reals.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh my god, there's no way. She's trying to get me drunk.
There's alcohol in there. She kind of waves her hand. You just see it just burn away. The drink drops down to about half the glass size. I thought you would like it. Never mind. You caught me. Arrest me.
Doesn't help that, the good old fam is apparently looking for me.
Does it matter? What's going to happen?
Get caught.
And?
Brought
What happens
back.
if you get caught? You think they can take you away from all of this? Really?
Have you seen my sister? She's pretty strong.
Her fashion sense is on fleek, as children say.
No.
Styling? Without the G?
Continue.
She is effervescent and she is very amazing as how she looks and presents herself. But I wouldn't say she's stronger than you.
Oh no, physically she is very much stronger than me.
That side, yes, but you have magic, darling. You can do things with your hands.
She can also do some magic, especially with the
Tiny bit.
I suppose you're right, but...
And she is training and she is probably getting more field experience. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well...
Just use your little broken legs and, go as fast as you can.
Well, thanks. I'll try my best.
You have wings. Use them. I'm sure she doesn't.
Very thankful for that. What do you mean?
Well, I'm 10% sure that she doesn't have wings.
What do you mean 10% sure? That's a very low percentage.
But 10% is 100%.
In what world is that? That is not factually incorrect. What do you mean? Wait,
Maybe
when
not
did
in
she
your
get
world.
wings?
Well, maybe we'll find out.
Just re-questioning all of his choices in the last month. That's it. I'm gonna get caught. She's gonna find me. They're gonna find me. I'm gonna have to go back home and start spiraling a little bit.
She puts a hand on your shoulder. You overthink things, Elisio. Just use the cards. Go with the flow.
I'm very bad at that. Well, I'm good at using the cards, going with the flow. I feel like you know that after.
I'd hope that you'd change, but you haven't.
I'd say I did.
See, self-reflection. That's the first time that you've actually said that you've done something, rather than just go and run away.
Okay. We're hitting all of the notes tonight.
Well, you did ask me to talk about my ex, and personally, that was hit me over the edge.
All right, touche. Fine. Fair enough. I just wanted to make sure that I know how to talk about it if it gets brought up in conversation with the others.
Well, you know you have my blessing to speak about whatever you... You don't need me to tell you what to say. Sure, maybe some guidance and information, but apart from that, you are my one and only acolyte, my cleric, my champion. What you say, I will follow. Because I don't have a choice. But apart from that, I like you, Elisio. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. The cards chose you. I do not know why, but we are entwined in fate. And I hope that you can see past some of my more dazzling self. Because I heard from my ex that it was a bit too much. I understand
I don't
this.
think you're too much. I think you're quite amazing. So, I wish I was more like you.
She kind of like looks at you with the wish word. I'll be careful using that word freely, okay? Try not to use the wish word, please, because she might be listening. If you say the wish,
Right.
wish upon a star, falling star. No.
Right. Would that mean... No, actually, I'm not gonna ask that question. Anyways, but still, I don't think you're too much. I think she's wrong about that. You taught me everything I know.
And you've taught me many things too. It goes both ways.
I'll make you proud.
Can you make me a little bit more than proud? Ecstatic? Elated?
Yes, all the all the things.
All the exclamative. Just keep being you and you will be better. Life will get better. I'm sure it will.
Just one last question.
Mm-hmm.
About Helen?
She kind of raises an eyebrow. Yes.
Do you know if her soul is at peace?
Do you need the truth? Or do you need the, the sprinkle, the fanfare?
Truth, preferably.
Can you roll a persuasion check?
Okay, I'm scared now.
Oh no.
Not bad.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm going to roll a d20. Let's see.
Ooh, that is a nat 20.
She places her hand on your shoulder, taps it twice. You did a good thing. And they're in a better place, I'm sure. The dead are never truly dead. The souls are never truly gone. Yada, yada, yada. She's still here.
Right. Well, thank you for letting me know.
Also, when are we going to start, introducing me to them and vice versa? I know I'm opposed to this Orion. Just the bad smell. But the rest of them...
I mean, whenever, really. If you're ready, maybe I could invite Cal or Oberon.
Sounds good. Perhaps I can have a private one-on-one with...
Maybe that would be a little bit frightening.
I'll be sure to wear my best dress. Maybe even a little bit of cleavage. Carl, you might like that.
I am going to unsee from that from my mind right now. Boom, gone. I think it's best if I introduce you so they don't think anything.
Okay,
I think
well,
everyone's pretty paranoid at the moment.
I would like to have a private conversation with them at some point anyway. Just to introduce myself.
Of course. I think we will be on a bit of a break soon, so could
Okay.
do then.
Excellent. All right, well, get some sleep. And she gives you a kiss on the... And she kind of pulls back. Night, night. Don't let the bed bugs bite because they do come out. Okay? Dreams do come to life and they will bite you. So sleep. Sleep, rest. Well.
I will try, thank you.
Okay. All right, good night. Love you. Bye. And she disappears.
Love you too. Good night. And he just kind of plops down, still thinking about everything. Presuming that she lied to him about Helen. So, a white lie, but holds no grudge. Still sad.
I love that Brooke is just sitting here like, meh.
He's gonna rearrange his things one more time before going to bed, unless anyone wants to speak with him.
Oberon had asked you to watch him just in case, at least for the beginning, because he was gonna basically go to sleep
Do
and try some
meditation.
shit. Yeah.
All right. He'll go watch over Oberon.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Um,
what exactly am I looking for?
I don't know, but I've been. And he starts like doing Tai Chi kind of movements and goes, I've been trying to understand things, and I want to try and focus on myself more. I don't know. I just have a funny feeling.
All right. I will keep watch then while you do whatever you need to do. If it gets too creepy, I will be leaving, but
Okay, Oberon would kind of nod.
I do
And he
not
just
need
kind
as
of-
much sleep as everyone else, so I can stay up.
He'd kind of, I guess, just like curl up on the ground, kind of like a dog, because he doesn't have anything.
All right.
Or maybe like,
just like okay.
or and just
Angle's
like
best.
and just try to sleep.
Okay. So whilst that's going on, Olrin, is there anything that you wish to do during this evening before?
I honestly had no more plans.
Okay, that's fine. Now we can have a long rest. That's all right. Okay, then as you begin to kind of go into this dream and sleep-like state, we're gonna have a break. We're gonna have a quick 5-10 minute break. We haven't had one, so may as well cut it there
Yes.
and then jump into a break. So we'll be back in 5-10 minutes. So we'll be back with more whatever the fuck this is. So see you soon. Hi, welcome back. You've joined us for the return of Threads of Chaos. We just had a quick break, little 5-minute, 10-minute break, whatever. We were currently having a long rest in character as the party are traveling back, following the same footsteps they took to get to the place. Now they're retracing them to return back to their ship and back to their home base. In the meanwhile, whilst at camp, Alicia, you were tasked with watching Oberon as they slept. Can you roll first an insight check, then secondly a perception check or investigation?
Yes. Perception or investigation, you said?
Yes, either one.
Got you.
Okay. Oberon, could you roll a performance check, please?
What am I
For
about to
dude?
fucking witness, bro? I'm scared. Nebula, come back, actually.
24? Fucking hell, not 20.
Nice.
For someone who hasn't really dreamt before, you find it quite easy to to just fall asleep. Alicia, you see Oberon tuck into a ball and just fall asleep in an instant. Like someone who hasn't slept for ages, just finally like, falling into this
That's
stupor.
normal.
Yeah, it is. Upon watching them, you can see they writhe and wriggle. The sleep is like still, sturdy. It's kind of like in that same position. But you do begin to see a slight change. Only slight. Because this takes a long process. Whilst you're you yourself are still kind of dozing and just watching every so often, how long do you stay for? Do you stay for the entire night? Or?
Well, he only needs 4 hours.
Yeah.
So he would stay as long as he could, as long as he can get the 4 hours of long rest in.
Okay. Then, as you dream yourself and sleep and then come back, you see that there is a clear difference in both the pigmentation of Oberon, but also the general look they have. Now, Brooke, if you could please describe this other form for us.
So you see as Oberon's skin is kind of shifting. It goes from like this very like kind of bluey purple with like kind of the almost like the green underneath to like that gives it brightness. Shifting like red and then kind of past red to like a pink orange, like all over and kind of almost shiny. And like the hair texture like changes and gets longer to this very long, and also almost like it almost looks like it's wet and just like curly, almost like they've just gotten out of like water or something.
Just has that oily sort of look to it.
And like they look like they should be tan, but they're kind of like pink, so you don't know how you're even judging that. And they're just like like where the collarbones, where the light would hit them, is just like extra shiny, and their shoulders and over their face is just like blushed. And you swear, like if you look at their face, like it almost looks like they already have like perfectly contoured like eyeshadow on, and like contour on the nose as well. I mean, they look beautiful.
Noting all of that down in his notebook.
Can you roll a religion check?
Sure. Yeah.
Like Oberon very much has the like
An 8.
super tall, like skinny, lanky, gangly. This person seems like maybe
Put
a
him
little
on the
bit
boat.
shorter, definitely more curvy. Like-
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They are certainly kind of a heightened previous. The contours are more visible. The general appeal, there is almost like a gravity they have that's quite charming to some extent. Just a natural sort of beauty that they kind of possess, and you can fall into almost. With an 8, you don't know the specifics of it, but you know that general devils can like charm and kind of persuade their way through the world. There's myths, there's stories about them that are fairly well told. This could be that.
He will kind of try to shake off the feeling. Keep taking notes about the changes, but will eventually kind of poke Oberon awake.
Mm-hmm.
With a stick, preferably, because he's scared to touch him at this point.
In the dream that you have, Oberon, as soon as your eyes close, there's presence in your mind that you've never been.
You cut off completely.
You cut out.
Did I?
You cut
Great,
Yeah.
great. I love it. No reason whatsoever. My mic hasn't moved. I've not done anything to it. It just does the thing. But Oberon, you reach into this aspect of your mind that before was never there. That kind of like tether, it's present. And as soon as you sleep, you grab onto it and you feel yourself falling into this dream. Now, I'll ask you, Brooke, what is the first dream that you have?
Would probably be thinking as they're going to sleep of some of the stories their mother would have told them as a child. Trying to kind of reach back to some of those stories, maybe of her life, maybe just ones that she would tell them. Just kind of reaching for that.
Sure. You see almost fantastical elements, stories told, becoming caricatures. They appear. There are only ever imaginations that you had, nothing tangible or real. But in this dreamscape, they're physical. You see strange creatures that almost bounce, going out. They have long arms and silly large heads as they just kind of contort, move around. Some are very kind of smiley and present. Others are very dreary and sort of almost scary even. But for you, you've heard stories both scary and non, and have been fascinated with both. This dream that you fall into is soothing. It's like tapping into something that you've needed, that you've always needed, but the constraints were always in place. But now they aren't. And you find that avenue is there for you. And you can almost feel like the barrier of this dream bubble that you're in. You feel like you can almost touch the edges and bleed into other people's dreams. But then you are woken up as Eliseo prods you awake.
This is starting to border the I'm uncomfortable with this and want to leave. So here's my notes. Shoves it in their like heads.
Kind of taking it and looking down. Do I still kind of mostly look like Oberon, or?
Yeah, you look. Your hands are slightly different. Their pigmentation has changed. They're less harsh and more kind of like slender, more appealing. Can you roll just a kind of intelligence check?
Another nat 20. Let's go.
Just gonna send you
Today,
the rest of
boy.
it because there's no point in me like. Fuck. There's a continuation.
No, what do you mean, Sen? We want to hear.
As
Stop giving me it.
as Alicia hands you the notes and kind of walk to continue their rest or whatever it may be. Sit
Okay, I was gonna
You
say. Never mind.
Oh yeah, okay, go for it. What were you gonna say?
Just hands them the notes. In case you, I mean, I don't want you to panic, but you do look different. Not bad different, I guess. But you do look different.
You see, like, Oberon kind of look up at you, and you notice, like, their eyes are very different, like, more rounded, very much, like, the only way I can put this is they have very, like, fuck me eyes, but just, like, passively, almost.
Uh-huh.
Like, they look up at you and would kind of reach out to like grab the hand that you were handing them the notes and goes, "Thank you, love." And
I don't
you
think we're on
just-
that nickname base yet.
it just kind of would like tilt his head and like kind of bat the lashes at you and goes, "Well, thank you anyway," and just kind of settle back down and kind of just watch you leave almost.
Right, all right, good night. See you later. Just walks away.
As you are kind of examining your hands and in general, you feel as though the form flickers and changes as you can change your form. You cast the disguise self spell and you appear as something else. What's the first image that comes to mind?
Probably kind of flicking kind of towards like kind of what their mother looked like, and they're kind of realizing in this moment that they probably do at right now look probably more like her, but kind of probably flitting to that, kind of looking at their hands.
Sure, yeah.
Flitting back.
There's a moment of reflection that you can almost see yourself as you flicker between different faces and yourself. I'd say you probably flicker through a couple before landing on it, and then there's one that you kind of look back on a bit longer when no one's in view, and then you revert back to that same sort of devilish, charming self.
The pink horns on this second person, almost like, whereas Oberon's very much like come up and kind of out of the front of this, these ones kind of almost wrap back and around.
More sleek.
Yeah.
Okay. You all have a long rest. You all wake up the next morning. You find that Oberon's slightly different. Orin, you still have your book. That's still there. And yeah, you can depart whenever you're ready to your next point of destination, which is Transvalar. So you guys tell me, anything you wish to do before you leave? I will note that you went to Vessel with a job to begin with. And there is a reward for having handed a scroll to the lovely Brainer. If you wish to cash that in, that's up to you.
We want that. The thing he offered us was good. We should go back and collect the thing from him.
Yeah, you don't even.
Are we really
You
going
talk.
to
Helen
this guy
would
out
have
of
told
his
this
work?
to everyone.
No,
Oberon
no,
knows
because
nothing.
no,
You
because
don't
we
know.
he gave her a scroll of healing, right? That Alicia then used on Morgana. Morgana's now healed, so we totally did our job. However, she also
Ignore
died.
the side effects.
Side effect,
I mean-
your fling dies. Your situation is gone.
We don't have to tell him about. No, okay. I also would feel bad for collecting that, so it's up to you guys. I would also not do it.
No, I think Alicia's avoiding talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Straight to Tressfloor. Alicia will put on a cloak as soon as we're close to Tressfloor.
All right. Roll a performance check.
Oh shit. Performance,
disguise
can I
kit.
do stealth?
No, because this is trying to hide every element in a very non-threatening or non-noticeable. Okay, 12.
Well, he sure
Um,
put on a hood.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you are kind of disguising yourself. It'll take you until about midday until. There's nothing
nice.
en route that you come across, but you can arrive there quite easily. Alicia is hiding themselves from plain sight with a cloak. What is everyone else doing? Anything?
Trying to get Janet and Orin to have a conversation because I think it would be funny. So he's just like insisting, no, she talked to me yesterday. I swear, Janet, talk to him. Okay.
Kel, you promised no more drugs.
No, I swear. I've not touched any of that since I don't remember, but
You see the dragon coughs up a bone, lands at your legs, Oren.
No.
Thank you. What creature is that?
A deer, I think. Is it a
Good.
deer bone?
Roll a nature check.
Nature, okay. I'm decent. I'm good at that. Oh boy, 14.
It's certainly a bone.
It's a deer bone.
I'll take your word for that.
Anyway, she talked. She's just being mean now. Anyway. Okay, let's just go into the city.
Yeah, sure, let's do that. Oh, by the way, I've offered Oberon to come with us when you take me to dye my hair. But apparently you promised him a nail job.
Well, that would be a very different store because my parents don't really special. We'll see. And
can take a day
hoping
from
that
this.
there is a store of my parents in Trostula, which I think there is. I think I asked that the first time we came here. Yeah, that would be Kelt's first destination with Orin and apparently Oberon in tow.
Okay. Okay.
If Lacey wants to join, he is extremely welcome.
I just think we should take Oberon to do something normal. Some living. They have basically no experiences, probably don't even know their likes and dislikes.
Yeah. Oh, we should grab like lots of different food and have them try it. Food is important.
Good idea.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Alicia, do you want to come with us?
He's about to leave.
Alicia,
Sorry,
wanna
Matt is being a little shit and plugged out my internet cable for seconds. So I think she knows because she's hiding right now. Anyways, repeat that, please.
do you want to come with us? We're going to go to a, I guess you could say, a cosmetic store. A chain that's run by my parents. My parents are not going to be there, but I mean, it's a family business, I guess you could say. And we're going to buy a hair dye for Ulrin, and then we're going to dye it like orange with sparkles.
In which
I
part
don't think
of
I agreed to
the
sparkles.
city is that?
Yes, you did. I mean, it would make more sense for it to be in the Moradin sector since it's sort of it's creating the textures and
That's correct.
would make
Yeah.
more sense for it to be Moradin. It's in the Moradin sector.
Yeah. How close is the Moradin sector to where?
To the new
Andros was?
sector.
Yeah.
Well, let's consult the map, shall we? So let's see.
There's a map of.
There is kind of a map. It's quite an old map, but I will get it out so you guys can see. Where is it? Calzera. There's so many fucking things now. Here we are. So in the top right corner, Coralon is still there, but that will be swapped out soon. It's right next to it. So Moradin is on the left-hand side.
Oh.
Next sector, Avandro, which will then become a Palo. Yo, daddy.
Melissa is just like
It's just we don't have to go through any other sector. We can enter through the Moradin sector. We cannot leave the Moradin sector if there's something else that you don't want to be doing. And then what's with the weird hood? It looks weird.
just trying out different fashion styles.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Mhm.
Oberon's kind of looking at you and goes, I don't know if this suits you. I feel like your like clothes as they normally are very nice. And
You know,
in this moment, you
trying it
realize
out for the
Oberon's,
day.
like,
It's just
managed to like get the clothes that previously were just like very much just like on him, like kind of loose rags, to just look very like you don't even know how they manage it. Like it's an off the shoulder top. It's like layered skirts that they've like hooked into the armor somehow. Like
oh, look how good Oberon looks. Just
like cleavage very much like out the top of the armor somehow.
Poor Alicio. He's so awkward.
I was just too focused on Alicia, and then Oberon is next to them, and Carl's eyes just go, oh.
Thank God. Oh, just trying to move away from the spotlight.
Right. You look great. Damn.
Thank you. And kind of would like twirl their hair a little bit.
Oh,
I don't know. It happened overnight. I don't know. There's also
Oberon's
this weird
leaning
tension,
over
and
to
I
Cal.
don't really know what it is. So,
what changed?
They're very hot now. Like, they were good looking before, now they're like extremely hot.
That might be a matter of perspective.
Oh, maybe. Sure.
objectively speaking, Oren, they are conventionally attractive.
I'll take your word for that.
Okay.
Oren is immune to such nonsense.
Yeah.
Stay back when
There is only one thing that he loves, and that is the Lord.
praise Jesus.
Praise
The only
Jesus.
man I'm with
I
is
shall marry
Amen.
you.
Right. Anyway, right. Who's coming into town with me? Alicia, are you coming or are you not coming?
I should probably get some more medicine for Morgana, so I will come along.
Oh, right. Someone should probably stay with her while she can't really walk or anything. Yes, that is smart.
Well, looks to Morgana, can you walk?
I can walk a little bit now, but still a bit of a struggle. We have the cart. I can just. I
We
prefer not to
park
get
the
seen
cart.
anyway.
All right.
If we just park the cart like outside of where we're going, she can just stay in it mostly.
All right.
Mm.
Well,
I mean, but then we'd have to talk through the streets. Yeah, maybe.
how about I
I'm gonna
go
put Jenny
grab
back on point.
the medicine and I'll meet up with you guys.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do we want to meet at the Temple of Moradin? Because we have to go there too to drop off a certain very dangerous magical artifact.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
Let's do it towards the end of the day. I might stay a little longer.
Okay.
All right. The first hurdle of getting into the city is going past the main gates. As soon as you begin to approach Oberon, you feel this kind of slight headache as you are gathering closer to the holy city. It is a bit of a drag, but not something that you can kind of shake off easily, but with time and slight exposure, you can probably get used to it. And if anything, overcome it. But there's still that kind of like ring in your head as you are getting closer to it. And as you do approach, you see the guards are standing at attention. The rest of you would have an idea that perhaps devils aren't necessarily seen very in the holy city. So
Yeah. No.
yeah.
What?
Alicia, do you have a second cloak? We can put it on over.
Just looks around for a second cloak.
Would they say something to Oberon before we like get near the thing, or is this something Oberon's realizing like as we're walking up that like
Ulrin
they
would probably know. Ulrin would probably know any beforehand.
Okay, so I guess I'd use disguise self to basically just look like myself, but like lose the horns and the pink. So just kind of looks like a very like tan, like freckle, like beach babe. Got like instead of the horns, she's got like, flowers in like the same shape, and would just kind of like again like do like a Tai Chi kind of like flourish. But in this moment, it almost looks like a magical girl thing. Like
Oh, I think it has more attention than before.
Can you roll
Yeah,
a
I was
deception
literally
check?
just staring at them like.
You can add a D4 to this, remember, because of the
Okay.
form
Yes.
that you're in.
Saucy.
Yes.
Baka, what the hell?
Like it-
Sorry, what did you say?
Magical ghost sparkle.
Deception?
Deception.
Okay.
Decepticons.
Huh?
Okay.
Transformers.
Huh. Roll out.
I mean, I guess they are
14.
transforming.
Okay. With a 14.
Ass roll.
As well, could you, whoever's leading this trek into the city, could they roll a perception check? Who's guiding this?
I mean, since we're going to my parents' store, I guess I am.
Okay, Cal, you have disadvantage 'cause you're looking at
Oh.
Nice. Nice.
Diabolical disadvantage roll. Holy
could have been a
That's
19
crazy.
Instead of a 16. You kind of look around, notice that Oberon's kind of having to change form to enter. I will say you are aware of some entrances into the city that do not need to be through the front gate. There are some housing that is kind of located on the edge that does have kind of their own entrance into the city. Farmers and other sort of people who deal quick access into the main heart of the city to do trade. So you can see a couple of them off to the side. You do hear one kind of loud, disgruntled individual just shouting across the way to a couple of people who are kind of like lambasting them. But that could be a potential in if you don't want to go through the main entrance.
Yeah, can't hurt. With one of us disguising themselves and the other wearing a very, very odd-looking cloak.
It's not an odd looking cloak. At least it's just odd, bro. Like, don't blame the cloak.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let's go side entrance.
side entrance. All right. You no longer on the beeline. Take a quick right. Seeing the cops, you run.
Very casual, very nonchalant.
You take a right turn and you begin to head down to one of these quite nice looking buildings embedded into the. There's quite a few, a string of them that are located at different points. And you can see farmers, you can see different sort of businesses. One which you can clearly see is kind of being a bit more louder than the rest. Doesn't have a farm, doesn't have cattle, doesn't have anything outside. It looks like just a house. But standing outside is quite a chubby dragonborn. I would say bronze scale, but they are more just orange, like tinted orange rather than anything else. And you can see that there's a couple of people kind of walking to him with newspapers in hand, and you can clearly see they're in like some sort of disagreement. But the dragonborn just looks at him and goes, shakes, kind of gives him a shrug. Well, I do not know what you talk about, okay? I do not need this in my life. Goodbye to you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Be gone. As he's just kind of like shrugging and trying to push him. Excuse me, I need you to remove this quickly because you are spreading misinformation left, right, and center. Am I though? Really? Am I? I believe this is true. All of it is true. Can you please get off my property before I call? Okay? Before I call my guards. What do you mean? You're gonna call your guards? You know, I am leader of this city and I have all the guards here, right? The stars are mine and they are under my control. And well, if you wish to, you know, come to the head of the city, then the city will come to you, you know? And he just kind of looks there. All right, this guy's a waste of space. And they begin to head off, tearing the paper in hand and just kind of leaving, pushing past the rest of you. We'll get in another way. But you guys begin to approach and you see this dragonborn looks at you. Well, hello. Welcome. So, what brings you fine people here to the king of the castle?
Does this guy look like what I know Korthag Brythart to look like? Because Cal would have at least like seen him.
Roll a history check.
Okay. I was just sort of looking at him like,
I'd like to roll too.
Sure. Ulrin, you can roll at advantage.
He does not need it.
Okay.
Yes, I think I would.
Cal, you've seen posters of Korthak. He is a bright, kind of coloured dragonborn. He's been seen around. Okay. He's not wearing his platinum armor, but it could be him. Could be. He did just say he's the leader of this city, so
yeah, he did.
Hard to say. He is slightly pudgier than you probably imagine, but you know, kings, leaders, they kind of like.
He's an old guy. Okay, he's
they
been around
kind of
for
lose track.
so long.
Exactly. Ulrin, this person is a charlatan. They have a newspaper here in the city that is essentially throwing out wide and ludicrous accusations, left, right, and center to everything that happens in the city, throwing everything to the wall and seeing if something sticks. And if something does, they drill into it hard. They are propaganda at its worst. And this individual has called themselves time and time again the original family, the original person as to why Trasvalar is called Trasvalar. Because his name is Travis Valar Valar. And he has pretty much pushed that agenda forward and tried to make it true. Now, there is a cult following behind him. He isn't alone. There are people who do believe him, but they are all lambasted quite harshly in the city. So he kind of like holds his pudge belly So, what can I do for you? You're looking to enter a city?
Yes. And yeah, indeed, we have some business in the city. So, newspapers? Do you And Kel's brain goes, no, of course not. Why would Cortec Breath be selling newspapers? That doesn't make sense. Nothing. Didn't say anything. Sorry, sir.
Do you want one? Would you like one? I give you one free on house. Would you like it?
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, would you like another? For your friends?
I think No, we can read the same.
Are you sure? I'll give them to you for 2 silver.
No, I just need the free one, thank you.
Oh, he pulls it off your hands. Okay.
Oh.
Are you trying to get through my gate?
What? Well,
I saw
Well,
you
we-
came
we
over
can't
from
go
main
through-
road and you... Guards. You're trying to enter my city?
yeah.
Well, you've come to the
When you
right
say it like
place.
that. Okay.
That is not main gate. This is main gate. This is where, you know, the bacon gets cooked.
I guess that makes sense. If you're here, I mean, the leader of the city would be by the main gate. That doesn't sound right.
Well, look, I'm not leader of the people who try. I've put in decoys around different areas so they
Oh.
take my place. Corthac Brighthath, he is disgusting, man. But he stands at the podium and he, you know, does the job. Yet I am the actual family, the leader of Trasvalar. If you speak to anyone, you ask them about Travis Valar, they will say that, oh yes, he is the leader, he has been here since year 1. Forget about gods, forget about everything else. He was the first one, that is why it is named after him.
You were here before the gods? But how
Oh,
many
yeah.
beings were here before the gods? This is getting ridiculous. How many more are we going to find out about? And he's generally looking towards Oren and going like, how many?
Calm down. He's a charlatan. Well known in the city.
Ah, so you
Okay,
know
that
me.
makes
Good, good.
Yes, pretty much half the city reads your news for entertainment.
It is spreading, I like. I did not realize that it was, you know, catching fire, as you say. That's good, that's good. No, you are one of my many subscribers then. Do you pay the 2 silver a week?
No, but we get 1 in the Temple of Moradin for us all to read. We quite liked your theory of what was it? The cheese corruption?
That's right, yes. You know, where there has been much corruption in the operation. There has been places where the can have come through. There is, you know, Andrix the Cruel, Vernal Decker. There is Faceless Person. You know, the many different things that are going on. Conspiracies everywhere, and they are true. They are real. I swear to, you know, myself, because I am God, that these things are real.
Oh,
Right.
You see Oberon just kind of like, you're
Yeah,
so
now that you all have a
interesting.
good picture of who that
Oh.
is, let's move on.
Excuse me, and he pushes
was
Orin to the
nice.
side. Hello, sexy lady.
no.
Hello, hello. Wow. Whoa. Well,
In your paper, do you write just like anything, or do you get like people to submit stories? Like, how does that work?
well, I can, you know, let a special page and number if you like. You know, just come into my fortress. And he gestures back to the shabby house that he lives in. You know, we can get a little specific with it.
Oh,
Wow, would you look at the time? We're
terribly
running
busy
away.
now, but maybe another time.
Oh, no, look, don't leave. Look, I have plan here. Open gates! As he kind of like turns around, you hear the gates begin to pull, they whine and kind of scrape heavily against the ground. Look, okay. You can go in. You can go in, you'll give me a nice time. You are very nice speaking. Your newspaper, here you go. And he hands each one of you a newspaper. Interesting on last page, very interesting. It shows that, the Feline Moonweaver, she is a bad woman. She has dark side. You need to be careful, keep eye out. But, how about you and I? He gestures to Oberon. We just, spend a little few minutes. All I need is like 5 seconds. And then we are finished. I write quick.
Oberon would just kind of look at him and go, I'll come find you later, and just kind of like nonchalantly just like wander through the gates. Like kind of half skipping just like into the city.
He grabs his chest. I will find you, don't worry. As you kind of walk out into the gates. My heart, it is beating very fast.
Right, goodbye, it was lovely. Bye! Okay. Yeah, we run, I imagine. What the fuck?
Oh, no, that is not my heart. That is my lung. Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right, well, bye. I hope you enjoy the inside of my home. If you see any of the gods, tell them they need to pay rent, because they are overdue. It has been too long.
Actually, yeah. Right, moving past that, at this point, Cal still got smoked by how pretty Oberon is.
Come back, sexy lady. I'll see you later.
I never wanted to hear something more in my life.
Well, congratulations.
Right, anyway,
You just matched
shopping.
The greatest joke of Trasvilla.
Right, shopping and erasing that from my memory. Interesting people you have in Trasville Arch.
Why would you?
Yes,
flirt
the
with
city
him,
seems. I wasn't flirting with him. I was just talking to him. I just wanted to get through the gate.
Oh. Okay. I mean,
Also, I feel like maybe if one day we had to get something published in like a terrible paper, we could like come back and just like tell him to start writing certain things, and he'd probably listen.
Yeah, don't.
but you said how the
You
city
might
makes
think that is a good idea, but his imagination is far ahead of his mind.
I'm gonna read the article about Feline. Cal's just gonna flip the newspaper, read the back page.
Oh.
You begin to idly read, and then you just hear behind you.
All right, we're leaving.
No, come on, leave us alone.
We're leaving. We're running away.
Walk faster.
You see he has like a dead flower in hand, and he's like, wait, I thought
Go faster, go faster.
he's very slow. By the time he enters the city, you see all the stars, the guards here. Oh, fuck, not him again. Take him out! As they just begin to shove him back out of the city where he belongs. No, my love! As he's just reaching out, being pulled away. Get off me, you swine! As he's trying to fight him back, but no chance.
Oberon would give him like a little wave, just as they're like closing the door. Just to fuck with him.
You see the guards like hold him like, wait a sec. They put him on the ground and they start doing chest compressions. He's dying. He's had a heart attack. The gates close. And you don't see what happens.
Travis Villar, no, stay alive.
So as you are now in the city, you guys have some plans of stuff to do here. We will do that next time since we are kind of at the tail end of the session today. May as well end it there before we get into something else. But we have dying Olrin's hair to look forward to. We have going into the Temple of Moradin and whatever's happening there with the book, and then traveling back, as well as Alicia trying to hide from everything else here in the city. Interesting next session, I can imagine. But until then, that's today's session finished. By the way, Travis Valar was not my creation. It was the creation of Leonie, Robbie, and Cassie.
And Cassie.
Cassie's watching. Hi, Cassie. Thanks for your collaboration.
Cassie, it was Cassie's
It's
base.
a beautiful
We just built
accidental
on it.
miracle.
This
Our
all
bundle of
happened.
joy.
This all happened. We were in a campaign chit chat, and we were making characters for the campaign for in the world to appear at any point. And whilst Cassie was talking, she mispronounced Trasvalar as a character for her NPC to be, and she said Travis, and I went Travis, and then she just went Travis. She laughed, and then we somehow went Travis Valar, and then it just turned into Travis Valar.
made it so much worse.
Yeah, because his
Yeah.
name was Travis Villar, and then the last name was Villar. It was Travis Villar.
And then we made him a whole kind of allegory.
Yeah,
Fox
and then
News.
he has, one-sided
And also,
enemy with Kordak.
for those that have also maybe some knowledge of our Sunday campaign, will have noticed that the two fake stories he said are in fact very true.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite thing about this guy.
Yeah. Outlandish but true.
That's the truth.
Well, technically, the Feline one is not true anymore.
No, it is. It is. Well, not anymore. That's true.
Yeah,
But you
not anymore.
Old news. Old news.
Old news. Get with the times, old man.
Yeah.
Don't kill him off, Max. Please, Frey needs to be
no,
good.
please, we need Frey to be.
I'm this close.
Don't do it. Our creation, don't.
Yeah, there we are. That's today's session. Very interesting session for sure. Anything else that we need to finish on? Need to say to the audience before we leave?
Like and
Follow us on
subscribe.
social media everywhere.
Yeah.
That. Excellent. Thank you very much, Leonie, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.